Welcome to Miler's Mods, ladies and gentlemen. So, I got a present in the mail from Sabre Blasters. My 30K spring and my 700 millimeter barrel arrived. I also got, as a special order, because I special ordered it, so it was custom made for me. I also bought an 800 and a 900 millimeter barrel, just for testing purposes on this blaster and other blasters. So let's begin, shall we? This is basically what I did. Well, I said the 30K spring came in. I slapped the 30K spring in. Don't tighten down the stock all the way, okay, on the buffer tube. Just don't do that. Just leave about an inch of thread left before you lock the castle nut in place. That way, and it's kind of more trial and error than anything else. Once you get the 30K spring in on the 700 millimeter barrel setup, because this blaster takes like 740 millimeters of barrel is the optimal length. The 800 millimeter barrel brings the performance down some, okay, by like 20 FPS or so, which is not bad. But this is with the 700 millimeter barrel. This thing is extremely long. It truly is an alligator sniper rifle at this point. I mean, now, you also notice that there's double priming bars now, okay? I was talking to Conrad and a bunch of the other guys in Sabre Discord about the 30K spring because it's a manly prime. It truly is, okay? I mean, it's very, very stiff. And Dorian, a Sabre owner as well, and I believe he's also the United States rep for Sabre, came up with the idea of installing two priming bars, one on each side, one on the other. So Conrad's going to be selling double priming bars if you want the 30K spring. Excuse me. I do not know if Out of Darts will be carrying the 30K spring or the 700 millimeter barrel. Okay. I also don't know the exact date of Out of Darts' delivery to the people that ordered Apexes. I do believe that those blasters are in the United States now, but as to where, I don't exactly know. Okay, so I can't really comment on that intelligently. But what this is, though, is once you install a 30K, go ahead and swap out to the 700 millimeter barrel. This is the same scar that the blaster came with. This is the one that I was doing all my testing with outside. When I ran this blaster with my chronograph with a 30K spring, I was getting all sorts of nice numbers. On normal Generation 2 and Generation 3 high-end darts, I was getting speeds of about 380 FPS. When I switched to Dart Zone Bamboos, I was getting speeds over 400. I was getting speeds about 420, 430. When I switched to Dragon Darts, I was getting some very high numbers. I was getting about 460, 470. I even got one shot at 503, but I have a feeling that that's just an outlier, and I'm not even going to include it. So I was getting speeds in the high 400s on Dragon Darts, mid 400s on Dart Zone Bamboos, and I was getting about 380, 390 on just regular worker darts. Not bad. But like I said, though, now the 700 millimeter barrel will be sold through Sabre for now, along with the 30K spring and the double priming. I don't know if Luke from Out of Darts will sell Conrad's 700 millimeter barrel or the 30K spring or the double priming bars. If you want these parts now, the only thing I could say is maybe go to Sabre Blasters out of Singapore. I'll link their shop in the description below. Now, I would give you a firing demo of this thing. However, I value the possessions in my house, and I'm not going to destroy the possessions in my house with a blaster that does, 380 to 390 on regular short darts. Sorry, guys, I ain't doing that. However, the next video, which I will be filming, is this weekend. I'm going to be testing this blaster outside. Just because outside I have more room and, well, I'm not going to destroy my house by shooting this thing inside my house. I'm sorry, guys. I hate to break it to you. I love you, but that ain't happening. I'm not going to destroy my house or my possessions in my house for a video. But I've got a couple nice targets set up for this weekend anyway. But I mean, this thing truly is a beast. And like I said, this blaster here, no exaggeration, shoots as hard as my HPA blaster now. Okay, on Dragon Darts, on my HPA blaster, it does over 400. On Dragon Darts, this thing does over 400, closer to 5. This thing shoots as hard as an HPA blaster, as hard as my Milsig M79. And granted, it's a little bit more expensive, but you can't get the Milsig right now, but this thing you certainly can. I mean, and like I said, the only modifications I did to this was a 30K spring, a 700 millimeter barrel, and double priming bars. I didn't mess with the seals or anything yet, so maybe I'll get a little bit more out of it. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this blaster here truly is the apex predator now. Something that does over 400, this thing basically is a giant sniper rifle. I mean, it truly is awesome. I mean, wow. But like I said, all I did is I just added the 30K spring. And the thing about the 30K spring is when you shove it in, after about 10 shots or so, the spring will actually compress. And it'll stay compressed. Don't worry about it. Okay? Just don't worry about it. That's basically the spring breaking in. But once the spring's broken in, you're good to go. 700 millimeter barrel. I also suggest you buy an extra barrel nut if you do choose to run the 700 millimeter barrel. The reason being is you can actually hot swap the barrel like this. It just unscrews. Just unscrews it, pulls all the way out. I mean, that's one of the features of the saber. That this barrel nut system is designed in all sabers. This is in the Genesis, the Apex, and the Ultima. So yeah, this is a very nice feature, and so that way you can hot swap your barrels, and then when you just unscrew the buttstock, you can very easily change out the spring in a matter of seconds. It's really awesome. The one thing I will tell you is when you're taking the spring, when you're putting the spring in, depress the trigger while you're putting the spring in, because the spring might get caught on the sear. Okay. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching my review of the Sabre Apex with the 30K spring. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, the next video will be the outdoor firing demo of this blaster. Well, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And until next time, this is Milo's Mods signing off.